green wave kind of comes out that I know you kind of projected for me. And I kind of look at him like, he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, all right, carry on. And I kind of just jumped into the wave of water because I knew I could fly away from it or get away from it. But I'm just like, it might be kind of fun to ride a wave until, back home. So that's what I did, and we parted ways. And I guess I could ask him something more profound, like where'd you come from? But I think there's a lot of that information out there already. You can read all about it. There's a lot of people, a lot of these different things. Smooth grays versus the wrinkly grays versus the tall blondes versus whatever else. So yeah, he just seemed like one of those smooth gray guys. So what else was I gonna ask him? So, and he helped me have fun. So it was cool. It just seemed like he was curious. What are those wacky little monkey humans doing with this astral plane thing? So it was cool times though. That was actually a very fun one. Yeah, that was that experience. Okay, next experiences. These are kind of short ones of different little great experiences. One of them that I thought was kind of funny, just because I know like the idea of kind of things picking you up when you're asleep and taking you places and this and that scares the shit out of some people. I don't care. So it doesn't really frighten me all that much, because even if it happens, if it doesn't happen, it seems like we pretty much end up back where we're at anyways. So, and so either way, in the middle of my dreaming one night, I'm kind of in those transitory places, moving around, my consciousness is running around, and I'm pulling in I'm in the void again, I'm pulling through the void, shall I say, in transit. I'm just like peering in wherever I go, because I never know what you see, and I'm pulling, I can feel it, like almost pulling consciousness again, like kind of, a deeper level of consciousness coming through the void. Oh, and I see this little gray in a little, almost like a hazmat suit or something, and it was like, it's walking towards me, and because when I pulled into that consciousness, I started it's like you almost get groggy or something, and it's kind of like, and I'm like, oh, this is where they kind of do their thing and you don't remember it. I'm like, oh, I better go back to sleep then, so I don't remember it. That's all I got. Okay, that's what I'll do. And because I was having fun doing my other shit anyways, but I don't want to see them fucking probe my ass or something. If that's what they're doing, I don't know. Just saying. Okay. That's why I really think this whole contact thing should be a little more in the open, so you don't have those stereotypes anymore, or they just become funny anecdotes. But yeah, that was that one. That was kind of weird. And then the other one, I kind of did pull through like something like that again, but this one didn't seem as much like I was pulling into like back into my body or back into a body, more as it was just a transitory sort of almost like a remote viewing experience where like my consciousness through the void, punched into this thing and came out. And when that happened, I saw like this little gray in this kind of like, I don't know, it was like this loading like mech suit, I guess you can call it. I don't really know what else to call it because I never really seen anything else like it except for like on the movie Aliens, from James Cameron, and this loaded like almost like a forklift or something, but it was more like a suit, and it was like a vehicle, and that was pretty odd. I'm like, whoa, hey, and it was like a warehouse or something like that. And I was like, just really quick passing. That was kind of interesting. But it felt similar in a sense as that one where I was like, oh, hey, here's a little hazmat suit version. What is it? But yeah, those are two little quick words into the little gray things. Another quick experience. This one was fairly recent. In transit again, I've been all over the place, in dreamland, so to speak, and a bit hard to even keep track. But what was interesting, at one point, I came to this little dream event or segment where I went out to go get the paper in the morning, and as I'm walking out, a cigar-shaped UFO just zips in, fans out, and has like multiple kind of lenses or something. Obviously snaps a picture, closes up, goes back, turns back into the cigar, and then zips off, like into the horizon off to the northeast. And I'm like, whoa, man. Completely losing it. And that was really interesting. It was like, something just took a picture of me. Wow. And two interesting synchronicities on that one was I normally don't go out and get the paper in the morning. Usually someone else does. But this morning, by the circumstances, I did. And secondly, it was that same night, my wife actually had a UFO or a saucer kind of encounter in her dream as well. So we both had like this kind of UFO dream. But that was kind of an interesting sort of some kind of event. So I thought I'd just do a quick thing now. Another odd experience. This one I'm not really sure entirely if it's extraterrestrial or pan-dimensional. But this kind of fits the description, so I figured I'd put it out there. Well, I have had migraines since I was a pretty young kid. It's kind of progressed all this time and whatever. And it's one of the reasons actually I kind of looked into some of the stuff I've looked into to get me to this point where I am today. So I kind of know that somewhere there's something having to do with all this that has to do with these things. And so I figured, well, one day I had this really bad migraine. And there's various things I try to do to kind of get rid of this pain, but ultimately it comes down to passing out and then eventually waking up from the pain. But this day I couldn't go to sleep. It was like there's no way I can pass out, and likewise sometimes this pain is following me into my dream state too. So I've literally had dreams, like some of these dreams I've been talking about, like I've had them while I'm having this headache that's persisted from my waking life. I know I'm in pain still. And so I'm sitting there, I'm sitting in a chair, I can't lay down because it just makes my head feel worse. And I'm sitting there, and I'm just meditating, essentially. It's like, it's right here, the headache's right here, so I'm laying that third eye kind of open up, trying to, get nice and slow, and just let the channel get out, the pain channel out through there. And I was doing this for hours, and it was like all night. And I'd fade in and out of consciousness, in a sense, or dream states. And I would know I'm kind of still sitting there, and I know I'd see dream images, and like, oh yeah, that's a cool image to see. Well, I have to go through this. Or, oh yeah, it's a nicer view of what happened today, or just rather wake up than see that, or rather get back to sitting in the chair than see that. And then at one point, like I remember kind of oscillating, back into that kind of dream state of mind or whatever. But this time, it was once again kind of like pulling us into the void, and I'm like, oh hey, I'm in the void, maybe I can do something, and I tried to move. And as I moved, my consciousness started pulling out of the void again, and I see these big eyes, like almost like energetic human eyes, you know what I mean? But they're just looking at me like right here. And I look at it, and it's like this energetic body, so to speak, and I can see this as it's sitting there, and I can tell it's doing something, and I'm just like, and I could look at this thing. It didn't say anything, because I don't think it really had a mouth. I have a sketch of it, but I could tell it was thinking something, and it's like it got scared. It was like, oh crap, he's awake. Am I in trouble? I see it look off, and I hear something say snap to the lines, and I don't know what that meant, but and it's still sitting there going like, oh no, and I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm awake. I don't really see an astral body though. And I'm kind of like,